Hello, I'm Hope Medina, and I'm with Shums Coda Associates, and I'm the chair of the Colorado chapter of ICC's Building Futures Committee. This committee came into existence when Mark Relay was president and saw the work that people were doing to bring others into our industry and brought us together so that we could combine our efforts. Examples of our committee's many efforts, which include assisting those who are trying to get an ICC certification by matching them up with a mentor. But our main focus is reaching out to the younger generation and exposing them to the construction industry. We attend career days at various high schools around the state. We work with school districts to bring construction classes back into the schools, and we support them by implementing the ICC High School Technical Training Program. This program introduces students to the provisions of the International Residential Code, and upon completion, they can test and receive a completion certificate which showcases their achievements. We have also supported the efforts of Westminster High School's architectural program to participate in the Colorado Technology Students Association competition, and we have provided funding for several of the teams to compete at the national level. The Building Futures with a career in construction event that we've held in Steamboat Springs have proven to be the most impactful of our committee's efforts. And I'd like to introduce you to Don Marchbanks, who spearheaded the creation of this event.
I had went to another event similar to this one in Southeast Colorado. It was considerably bigger, but I went to that and I got to thinking we need something like that up here because we have nothing up here that kind of promotes the construction industry. And it would be great to have that up here and get the students involved with stuff like that. That was such a big event and it was really great. And I was really kind of intrigued by the whole thing. So we ended up having a meeting about a week or two later, and I thought, it would be great if we started something like that up here. And about 9 months later, it was going. And then last year we did it, and this year we're on track to do it again. And I think it's going to be an annual event that's going to keep going, hopefully. And as long as we keep getting participants and volunteers to, step in and help us out and keep this thing going and getting our students in that construction industry. Some of them kids did go on to work for some of these contractors here locally. So it's good to see them out there. And, it's funny, like it was only like a couple of weeks ago, one of these younger guys come up to me and goes, "Hey, remember me?" I go, "No." I was in that Building Futures thing with you, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right." And it was pretty fun to have a conversation with him because he got into this trade with the HVAC company there, and now he works for them guys. So it's really cool to see him get into that, and where he's at now, he's actually doing pretty well with them. So, and he really likes it. So that was really great. I was proud of us for getting something like that and keeping it going. And it's actually works. So
we created this event for high school students to experience a hands-on workshop of construction trade. This event is a benefit to our up-and-coming workforce and gives them some direction and options for a career path in construction. The students have an opportunity to meet professionals from many fields, and they get to participate with hands-on explanations for each booth in this event. I'd like to introduce you to Alex Tabor from Tabor Plumbing. He has been a participant of our Building Futures with a Career in Construction event in Steamboat Springs from the beginning.
I'm here for the same reason that Jeremy's here, is to reinforce that the trades are valuable and still viable today. That I would like, and I'm also pushing that plumbing is a very viable trade. It's still profitable and it's always looking for help. So it's really interesting to show the kids our display and give them an idea of what we do. but it's also really nice to be able to talk to the kids and give them that one-on-one to say the trades are still alive, they're still going out there, and that we are always looking for help, and we'd love to have more of them out there learning what we learn and passing this knowledge on.
I'd like to introduce you to Amy Schultz from the town of Castle Rock, who has participated in our events in Steamboat Springs and has witnessed some of the things that the Building Futures has sponsored.
My involvement with Building Futures was, well, I always try to do something with the chapter, the Colorado chapter. And then a few years ago, I think it was 2018, I stumbled across another chapter member's Facebook page, and she was judging that TSA event, the state event, and these students from Westminster High School had made these tiny homes, but she had posted all these pictures, and it was great. I was just like, what is that? Like, where are you? How do I do that? And it's her involvement with that project, and also going through the codes and the tiny house appendix, and it was just really neat to see their little models, their projects, their tiny models of their tiny homes. So I was curious about helping with those things, and then the following year the opportunity had opened up for volunteers to go to Steamboat, and and so I was basically I helped set it up, and then led the small groups around to the different stations in the event, and that's the extent of the involvement. That was the first year that they had it there.
These events were so successful that we have been asked to have a second yearly event that will be held in Montrose, Colorado. Unfortunately, the last two events were canceled due to our current situation with COVID, but we are moving forward and working on our April 2022 event in Montrose that will parallel what we do in Steamboat Springs. With the help of Kathy Garber from Montrose County Schools and officials from Delta County Schools and Array County Schools, we are moving forward to have a spectacular event next year. These events are successful because of community support, support from the Colorado chapter, and support from those in the industry who participate. The backing we receive from our committed partners inspires our volunteers and committee members to put in the many, many hours needed for these events to be successful. We sincerely appreciate everyone's commitment to shining a bright light on the future of the youth in our communities. Thank you.